Get this on the Triple M network.
Cheap, nasty, and downright boring.
That's what should be written in Latin on our logo, Mr. Marsden. Please welcome Wayne Hope.
Hello, sir.
We're trying to keep it highfalutin in this hour because the Librarians is on tonight.
That's right. How highfalutin is that? That wasn't my intro, was it? Rex was doing.
No. People just love hearing a bit of Rex, and it tends to motivate us and motivate our listeners.
Well, he hits it with a gusto. Everything in life. Do you think he gets to, goes to the milk bar and orders it like that? 2 milk, bread, paper.
And a fat cigarette.
I was born and spawned on this game in Bay 13, selling and eating Dixie ice creams, and then through guts and hard work, ran onto this great arena.
And just 2 sugars, thanks, while you're there.
Yeah, Rex, can we go again? And just a bit more, thanks, mate. Just a little extra because...
Yeah, that's the sort of motivation you did. Now, Wayne, you're not just one of the writers and producers and are briefly in The Librarians, also the director of the show.
That's right.
Now, I know you've done a little bit of directing before on the Stories from the Gulf on SBS, but how was it day one on this show?
Day one... for those of you that haven't directed a show at the ABC, day one is slightly terrifying in that I didn't think the ABC still had as much equipment as they do. And it's terrifying. You see these 5 Isuzu, is that the name? Trucks, kind of 10-ton trucks back up almost towards you. And, men get out with equipment and then they just stare at you. Mate, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Film some stuff? What do you want to do? Quick, we're going to do the 7:30 report in a minute, so what do you got going?
And, when you got your first day's footage back, looking back at the rushes, was it what you thought it would be?
Rushes are weird because I reckon for the first week, rushes, it's every day, the following day you get a pile of DVDs of what you shot. And I reckon for the first week, I just kept saying to everyone, and I'm sure I'll ask you if it's the same, but you think it's going beautifully and everything's working a treat. And then you realise you're only just thrilled that something's actually been recorded on the tape.
It's just the fact that it's actually come out.
Yes.
It's come back from the chemist and you can see what it is.
It could have been footage. The camera could have been pointing at the floor and I would have gone, yep, that's perfect.
Great floor work.
Great floor work. Very happy with that.
It's not till you start joining the bits up and realising that no matter how much fancy cutting you do, you can't make people talk quicker. That's the thing that I discovered. That's the one thing you can't really change.
No, you cannot speed up Bob Franklin.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
He occurs in real time, or his version of real time. And you can go to the network and say, how about 33 minutes? And they'll go, no, we've bought a half hour. And you go, yeah, but Bob's in it.
Okay, fine, we'll leave an hour clear. We'll have no Can We Help this week. Now, Wayne, we said this before, but I think it has to be underlined. It's not Summer Heights High.
No.
What is it for people who don't know anything?
Look, it's a story across 6 episodes, and it's not so much to do with librarians. It's a place we found where we can put a whole lot of dysfunctional characters. I hung out at our local library for a couple of years when our kids were small because it's an hour and a half of free babysitting.
There you go.
Story time. Everyone should be honest about that. We all think we're doing the right thing, teaching them to read. No, off you go. Yeah, leave some poor librarian who's 22 and has 400 kids and 8 junkies who are asleep around.
Okay,
That's
the
our local
scene is
library.
set.
Yes. So we thought this was the perfect
But that's
setting.
a pretty good junkie to librarian ratio. As libraries go, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, we're in a good area.
I know, yes.
We're in a very good area. And we thought that was a great place. And then we had this character, Frances O'Brien, played by
The Missus,
who we loved playing around with this passive-aggressive characteristic, and we thought it was a perfect opportunity for comedy because there's people that pretend on the outside that they're fine with everything, and everything they have to say comes out the side of their mouth.
Yes.
So, and we love these kind of characters. We thought, so looking at you, Tony, they might, this person might look and go, oh, right, so you still think tracksuits work, do you?
Yeah. Okay, you didn't consider my mother for casting that? You could have sent a show reel. It's 4 or 5 hours of just that.
Well, that was the thing. Most people were on set. The amount of crew that went, that's my mum. Mate, that's my mum.
Yeah.
And so there's this quality
Well,
that we really
let me
like.
give you an example that is exactly that from my mum's handbook.
Uh-huh.
I noticed you weren't involved in The Dish. That did really well at the box office, didn't it? Maybe you should have stayed working with those people. She'll actually say that in front of a large group.
It's a
and
good-
and
it's a
I go,
good
wait
point.
till you're off microphone, Mum, before saying
Yeah,
that.
I know. My mother's very similar, and she's out of radio range for this show, so I'm happy to throw this in. She said when Shirley Strawn passed away,
Yes.
about that, she said, well, you're good with woodwork and things. Why don't you give that a go instead of mucking around with your stuff?
Hang on. So she saw Shirl's death as a career opportunity for you.
Yes. Where I'm writing half-hour comedy, and she says in the same vein as, oh, well, you could get some work as a handyman on a reality show.
That'd be good.
And sort of slides that in as if that's positive reinforcement.
No, but it is, as you've proved in your series, a great source of material. Please, let's get into the book club. Give us some fancy music, Rich.
Lost the theme, have we?
Wow, this is the first time in the history of the show Ed has moved to a different chair. I've never seen you this close. How young do you look, Ed Cavalier?
Thanks, Tone.
How old do I look?
And I just found $2. So
Wow.
this has already been a profitable move.
Now, the reason Wayne is sitting in your chair is because he's accessed the internet.
Well,
And there's some sort of book quiz on the website for the librarians. He can't find it. It's crashed, has it? Frozen?
no, I'm on the Librarians website, which you can go to via the ABC TV website, and the Librarians site is there. But I have a computer here that I think's yours, Ed.
Yeah, it's mine.
From 1976, isn't
See,
it?
it's
It's wind up.
I have to
The
say,
Apple II.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like every time I go to my local library and try and use the computers there. That's pretty much what happens.
It
And
is.
Is that what we're going to do today, Wayne? We're going to talk about library stories.
I think library stories, because just on the internet, one of the things that we found out about with the internet, it's free internet at the library. I mean, you wonder why every time you go there's thousands of people. They're not empty spaces. You get the paper for free and the internet for free and heating and cooling all year round. That's got to be a bonus for a lot of people.
But you're saying people are getting on there and accessing hotplumpers.com.
There's a lot of hot plumping going on. And they're not allowed, because of freedom of speech, they're not allowed to edit. So,
Of course.
so what they do have is when someone logs on to Hot Plumpers, a little warning comes up to go, excuse me, Plumpy, hands off. And
What, can I claim research, Wayne? Can I claim research?
I gave that a very good go.
Yeah.
And they still said
They
no.
said research in a trench coat, Mr. Hope? I don't think so.
But this is gold because I do find it is a very sort of erotic area of the library. I mean, it's very quiet, don't you find?
Yes.
And I always remember at school my stepbrother coming up to me with a big stack of National Geographics.
Oh, yes.
yes.
And going, have a look at this. Check that out. Look at those. And I'm going, well, we've got this one at home. I've never seen that picture before. And me and my stepbrother worked out that our parents were getting the National Geographic before us and cutting out the Norgs.
Oh.
Cutting the Norgs out of the National Geographic.
The whole page or just the Norgs?
It was brilliant. It was forensic style work. Because when we got home and ran the comparison, we go, oh, look, they've used a scalpel or something. You can't even notice the page is missing.
Oh, so it was the whole page. It wasn't just a little circle.
No,
around
no,
that.
no, they weren't toying with us like that.
That would be cruel, wouldn't it?
So that was a great discovery at a library. I remember you telling me, Ed, about your local school library is very popular because people were shooting a porno movie
Absolutely
next door.
right. They would often be shooting pornos next door to my school. And I was, all of a sudden, Wayne, I was like a library nerd. It was incredible.
a lot of time
It's amazing
in the
how
library.
Because you could only see it from one window.
from the reference section.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
those
Good.
encyclopedias, they were never more full of information than on those days, Wayne.
Shooting pornos next to the school library. What innocent days they were.
That was beautiful. Susan, are you there?
I am.
What's going on in the library?
Well, I used to work in the library industry, and
Did you?
the librarians, the nice, quiet librarian is a myth, unfortunately.
Really?
What do you mean?
Well, they're little party animals. They're a bit freaky, to be honest.
freaky.
Behind closed doors, they're
I've
just
heard
very
this.
strange.
I've heard they pull the pin on the bun hairdo and whip those lovely pearls off and go like there's no tomorrow.
They really do. It's very interesting.
Sorry, that's the sound of non-fiction.
All right, Susan. Ready? Wayne's going to lay the question out to you.
Susan,
Uh-oh.
the Dewey Decimal System is named after Melville Dewey, Huey Dewey, or Mervyn Dewey.
Melville.
Is correct.
Good on you,
I
Susan.
thought it was Huey Lewis. As people are probably aware, Get This is winding up in 3 weeks.
To this day, I remain baffled.
Yes, for reasons that aren't entirely clear at this point, but...
All right, I nicked a photocopier.
Yeah, that should never have happened.
My ass needs to get out there. A mail out.
That's right. My ass was due in Brisbane 3 hours ago, damn it, Smithers. Yeah, and of course there's rallies going on and there's stuff going on the internet and we're right behind it all and we love it all, but we're trying to be careful talking about it on here because we don't want to do anything that will get the show ripped off.
No, but they seem to have the tone of the rally right.
It's the support get this.
It's a support rally.
Yeah, it's a thanks for the memories kind of deal.
Yeah, it's pro get this, not anti-Triple M.
That's the idea we're looking
Okay,
for.
Yeah.
because most people in this building like us.
Well.
There's really just 2 or maybe 3 people who don't like us.
Just me and Richard don't like Tony.
But on the floor, most of the staff are right behind
What's
the
that?
show.
Oh, Nikki hates all of us.
Yeah,
That's
well,
nice.
obviously, yeah. And
That's nice.
her unborn child isn't that keen either, I'm told.
Giving me the bird via an ultrasound.
Okay, but, we've got to thank the people organising this. Obviously, you've got, various armies are calling us up.
Huge ass.
Well, firstly, you've got, so many. Simon Heavey,
Hey, Heavey.
who's, he's part of the Facebook army.
And the Facebook army from the north and the MySpace army from the south shall be there with mine axe.
But, so well done, Simon, and
Good on
well
you, mate.
done, Karen Summers, who's one of the people behind SaveGetThis.com, which is a fantastic place. As she puts, it's a great place to go to trade childish jokes and yell assault at people without being put in the idiot basket.
That's what we want. That's what we're trying to do here.
Now, this is all happening on Monday, this rally, at 1:30, I understand, outside the Triple M studios in both Melbourne and Sydney. We won't
Jeez,
be...
we better-
Well, we can't be at both at once.
Well, not with
So-
that attitude. I'll call my friends at Sliders, see what I can do.
All right,
Sliders. Goodness me.
so we're right behind this, but we're not behind any, attacks on Triple M personnel.
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's so much that's going to have to go on. I don't know who they're inviting to the rally. Are there going to be any guest speakers? They should get this bloke.
John Howard is as welcome in Melbourne today as a yellow-bellied black snake at a barbecue.
Brian Boyd, get him on board.
It has been suggested. I've read that.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
Pardon me if that's plagiarised.
No.
What about Rex? I mean, I can't imagine that we've won too many favours from Rex, but wouldn't it
Mr. Hunt, come on.
be great to hear him just, on a megaphone unleashing a bit of, I don't know.
Now, I am really concerned, not for my future, because Lynn and I have mapped that out, and that's private, thank
okay.
you very much.
I won't ask.
But I'm concerned for the game and the next crop of broadcasting puppets. Yes, you, Ferret.
What?
Who had to try for 6
name's
hours
David.
to talk up a game that has become boring and far-fetched from the good old-fashioned spirit of Aussie rules.
Crank it up, Rex.
I was born and spawned on this game in Bay 13, selling and eating Dixie ice creams, and then through guts and hard work, ran onto this great arena.
He was selling and eating
That's what I mean.
Dixie ice
I'll have
cream.
an ice cream. No problem. I'm going to lick it. Now you can have it.
Just with one of those things around his neck.
Because I used to do that job. I
Really?
used to sell ice creams. I've never been spawned in Bay 13.
No,
but
spawned and born.
sorry, I love the bit about his private life. We've mapped out my private life as if the whole listenership's like, really, Rex? Could I be a part of that? But it's private. Damn it.
Who's asking?
Damn it.
I'd love
Now
to
we've
see-
got the alleyways
I
for the
would-
next year. Then we got the dress-ups.
More
Then we-
Dixie ice cream. Then we're moving on to solids. We're going to eat some solids.
Via that apple puree stuff that babies like.
See, I would go to the football if I knew that Rex was going to be there selling and eating Dixie ice creams, just with a Neapolitan beard happening. You want one of these ice creams? Hang on a sec. There's one I haven't eaten.
Leave it, Ferret. It's mine.
Okay, music at the rally. I mean, are they going to have a sing-along? I
hope so.
We need a sort of We Are the World song to unite everybody.
Flowers, flowers drifting by the pane.
I don't know.
In my dreams, so sweet, flower red, blue or pink.
Most people can't determine what the actual lyrics are there.
I might do that live.
Oh, that'd be... Oh,
gee.
See, once you say something like that.
Yep.
Keep in mind, we have to do a show while this is going on.
You two do.
We need something more inspirational.
Nights, sad. Never reach to the end.
What's the next lyric again?
Something or other. Something else.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. That's going to slow everything down. What else you got, Rich?
It's just a small town boy. Don't stop believing. Din.
Why didn't they use that under the Final Sopranos credits?
Wow, it's not a great...
not a great selection.
It's not a great legacy I leave, is it?
I think we all know what everyone will be singing.
The finger bus is coming and everybody's running from north to Ibiza in the Mediterranean sun.
Don't forget to visit Petition Spot and join what someone here at the station is calling the Wall of Hate.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's a wall of love.
Yeah, it's a wall of fun, sayings from the show. I myself added something last night, Tony.
Yeah, what did you add?
It's on. You can have a look. It's on my name. It's on as me.
Yeah, but there's about 500 people claiming to be Ed Cavalier on there.
Well, the most recent one that's me. It's all there in black and white.
Okay, now...
Does it begin with the phrase, I'm Richard?
Yep.
Okay. I'll put that to the pile then because there's a few others up there as well.
A lot of waxing talk, bit of gooch talk.
Oh.
Is it down at the moment? I couldn't get on there this morning.
The site's not up at the moment.
All right. Have you written down some quotes there, Rich?
Erica Eleniak writes that she will try to jump out of a cake, but things might get put on hold. Natalie Thigh-Blaster has written in, I hope you're going to go out in true barge-ass fashion. A small car, a large amount of biogas, and a lit cigarette.
Oh, well, I think Jane Kennedy's coming in the next week, and she was Natalie Thigh-Blaster, so we'll run it by her.
And also, this is a very special message as well. People have been saying that I had nothing to do with the axing of Get This. I tell you straight up, that is a lie. I support the Get This team, and anyone who tells you otherwise is a low-life BS artist. And thus speaks Tim Zura.
Oh, Zura. Actually, Rich,
yes.
There's someone on petitionspot.com who says that their mother used to date Tim Zura.
Tim Zura, famous Sheffield Shield cricketer.
Holds the record for the most dismissals by any Western Australian wicketkeeper.
Author of The Gloves Are Off, now for the facts.
Australia's second best gloveman got it ripped away from him by some hack called Adam Gilchrist. And what's he ever done? Nothing.
So who's been dating him?
Apparently, someone on Petition Spot, their mother used to date Tim Zura.
Wow.
If you're out there, please give us a call. We'll dish the dirt right here. It is time for the facts, Timmy.
The gloves will be off.
Today we're playing What Have You Got?
I think it's actually Guess What I've Got.
All right, that'll do. Guess what I've got. Well, okay, guys, ask away.
All right, what have you got, Ed?
Yeah.
Gotta guess.
I guess that's the
Oh,
only
you
way.
have to guess.
Yeah.
This is already, we're in a trench.
Yeah, come on, quickly.
Petrol Bowser.
No,
There's some more sandwiches.
I wish. No, someone's come around and built us a working toilet in the shed.
Okay.
Well, you don't have a toilet.
Well, be impressed, man.
But surely there's one in the house
Yeah,
already.
there's one in the house, but I don't have to use it anymore.
Oh, you want a thunderbox?
That thing's ornamental. We have a thunderbox because we're having a party pretty soon.
Yeah.
And they said, all right, we better get a new toilet out in the shed. Otherwise, there's going to be, a big queue and everything and in the toilet, Rich. And so what you do is you turn on the hose tap, go in. It's only for number ones, which is fair enough. And it works. It flushes straight into the stormwater drain. Now, look, I don't know what it's like at the Queen of England's house, Buckingham Palace. Yes. I imagine it's pretty good. But I doubt it's as good as taking a waz in a toilet in the shed under floodlights.
I'm glad it's number ones because what kind of guests have you invited if they're coming over to your party and doing number twos?
A toilet party is what you're having.
It is. You walk out of there, you expect to hear "Hail to the Chief" or something. You feel like a king.
Full flush fun.
It empties itself straight into a stormwater drain, Bangkok style.
Is that legal? Is that where?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't really, looked at a plan of the sewers, but
What do you mean?
Well, there's probably a wastage and seepage act.
I would have thought there would be council approvals. I don't think you can just whack a toilet in anywhere you want, can you?
What?
I don't know. Like councils get involved, don't they, when you start... Why are you telling me to change the subject? Why are you walking out of the room, Richard?
It's my shed. Can't I put in? It's not a meth lab. Like, we took that out. The meth lab's out and the toilet's in. Surely that's better for the community. All right, guess what? So now we need a sounder for this. We didn't have time to record one. So, Richard Marsland, I'm going to... Oh, what have you got?
What have I got?
Yeah.
I've got in
You
the
gotta say,
mail.
guess what I've got.
Oh, guess what I've got?
What?
Well, I thought you were supposed to guess.
I should point out this is going to air.
Just go.
I got in the mail. A friend of mine from the United States sent me a Hillary Clinton for President 2008 T-shirt.
Oh!
Okay, so that's what we're having
that's the
instead
sound.
of the sound effect.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But, I think maybe in a few years, possibly, who knows which way it will go. But might look like a Jesse Jackson for President T-shirt.
Not bad.
Like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers T-shirt.
Yeah, not bad. Or the
day.
Days of Thunder T-shirt that I have.
Yeah, or Huey Lewis and the News T-shirt that
Let's
I
not
have.
go too far.
But, okay, so it's anything you've got.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Hemochromatosis.
No!
That's right, an iron storing disorder, a genetic iron storing disorder, and hemochromatomes from all over the country are emailing in hello to Anne Wright, who has 2 children who both have the hemochromatosis. Interested to hear any tips I may have for living with it. Just go and have your blood out occasionally.
Bang.
Venisections, it's called. It's basically just a fancy term for giving blood. But, of course, something you can do is walk through the metal detectors at the airport and see if you can set them off.
It's pretty good.
If you have enough iron in your body, it can be done.
Oh, man, that's a strip search, though, man.
Yeah, okay, there is a downside. Maybe don't put the kids through that. Fair enough. Didn't think it through. Try walking past the fridge and seeing if all the magnets leap onto you.
That's cool.
Leaving pizza menus fluttering to the ground.
That's superhero territory. All right, listeners.
We're not after diseases.
G'day, Russell.
G'day, mate.
What do you got?
Are you guys going to guess first?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's see.
You've got a golden Commodore.
No, mate. I've got a stack of Chinese garlic.
Oh.
Ooh. And
Why?
where did you get it, Russell?
I got it from Woolies because I couldn't find any Australian garlic.
No.
Because you guys used it all on the vampires, didn't you?
Oh, that is us, actually. We are out slaying vampires by night, and we do good work, Russell. It's important work.
It's an exhausting schedule, I can tell you.
Good on you, Russell.
Okay,
Have
I
a
didn't
good day.
realise that we were sticking with the guess factor, but yeah, let's forge on.
I love it. G'day, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, not guessing?
Oh, no, I guess
Yeah,
I'd
all
love
right.
to have a guess.
right.
You've got an original pair of Crosby shoes.
That is, wow, I'm wearing them right now, nothing else.
Yes.
There you go.
What else you got?
I've got an Aloha, The War Diaries of Rene Artois. Bam!
Okay. And have you, as the ad says, sir, have you started your Aloha collection yet?
I can't really finish this book. I'm just savouring every page. So maybe after I'm done with it, I'll go out and get the DVDs. But,
Yes, well, recalling the wacky days of the Nazi occupation of France. Fantastic.
And I look forward to seeing everybody at the rally on Monday as well, guys.
Good on you, Paul.
That'll be great. We look forward to seeing him as well.
Good on you. G'day, Will. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, Ed. How you been, mate? I'm excellent.
That's what I normally say.
Yeah, exactly. I got you there. I got you.
Cheeky bugger.
Okay, now we've got
I'm
a
guessing
guess.
you got some attitude, son.
Yeah,
All
Hey,
right.
All right, what do you got?
Have a guess what I've got. Have a guess.
A massive fatty. No, what have you got, sir?
I wish. I have the 93-94 series of NBA hoop basketball cards, whole series.
Okay, Will, do you have a Detlef Schrempf rookie card in there?
Oh, most likely. Look, I don't even know where they are, but I know I've got them somewhere.
Gee, you're pretty blasé about it.
Those are worth something.
Hey, Ed, I've got some news for you, mate. I'm actually a plumber, and your little toilet thing, mate, highly illegal.
Hey,
mate.
woo! All
Ed's
right.
toilet is highly illegal.
Living your life on the edge, mate. I haven't had to go to TAFE for 4 years to learn how to lay trains on grade, so you'd hook up your own toilet, buddy.
Yo, he's tapping into the brown economy.
All right,
Exactly.
all right, Will. Listen, you.
I reckon we've got some legal trouble. But then when don't we? Who's going next? Just one more call, please.
G'day, John.
Yeah, g'day, guys. How's it going?
Excellent. I'm going to guess that you've got lines shaved into the side of your head like Vanilla Ice.
No, I'm not that groovy. I've got the Havitos fertility idol that came from Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
Hang on.
did you replace it with a bag of sand?
Yeah.
Is that what you
Yeah,
got?
and I got chased by little natives and boulders and everything, and then some German went and took it away, the whole thing.
Yeah, I think you'll find he was French, but okay. Belloc,
Yeah,
we're
Belloc,
talking
yeah.
about. What's the original, you saying?
No, it's not the original. It's a replica. It's the life-size replica.
Wow.
Pretty good.
You want that big boulder, though. That's what I'd like at my
Oh,
house.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, why
imagine
not?
that'd get you started going to work in the morning, wouldn't it? That'd be a
Oh,
wake
wouldn't
up. Every time you headed for the front door, the boulder's chasing you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you rock up to work covered in spiders. Why not?
Wow.
Why not?
I rock up to work covered in imaginary spiders, but that's another issue entirely, John.
And now the man who came up with the idea for Rockwiz.
You can't just dream these things up at 5 minutes to midnight and plonking things on the table.
I don't think that's how it was done by Brian Nankervis.
Hello, sir.
Thank you.
Right.
Hello. Although, look, let's be honest, there was a triumvirate of producers, Peter Bainhog, Kenny Connor. We put it all together and it came out as Rockwiz.
Yeah, but you're up the back.
I'm up the back marking those scores, watching those interpretive dances.
Yeah, there's a lot of interpretive dance recently on the Rockwiz. Going out at the interesting time of 9:15 still,
Well, I
is it?
think it's actually 20 past.
20 past
so
9.
you'd think even quarter past would be more suitable than
On your Saturday night?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Still following the Iron Chef, are you?
We follow the Iron Chef, and we're before, I think this week, is the classic albums Nirvana.
Oh, haven't they been turning on some great documentaries?
Last week was Jimmy.
He could play a guitar,
Jimmy
couldn't
at
he?
Woodstock with his teeth.
Now, who's coming up?
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you. We have got, in our next 3 shows, maybe our next 4 shows, we have 6, count them, 6 fellow countrymen of yours. We've got 6 New Zealanders, and if you can guess all 6, I'll give you some sort of surprise.
Dave Dobbins.
Correct.
Dave Dobbin. Correct. What about Sam Hunt? Is he back?
No, but gee,
I've seen you
Sam
work.
Hunt?
He was great.
The dude from the Mutton Birds?
No.
Don McGlashan. Oh, it'd be good if you could get him.
No.
What, one of the Finn brothers?
No,
Okay.
but you're on the right
Noel
track.
Crombie.
Yes.
Oh, the Crombie man.
Samwise.
No.
Murray Ball.
Murray Ball.
No.
Okay.
Colette.
No.
From Ring My Bell fame.
Oh,
She was
you're
from New
getting-
Zealand.
Oh,
Martin Crowe.
Darren
No.
Hinch.
Stupid
Richard
now.
Wilkins.
Stupid. You're being ridiculous.
Sir Richard Hadley.
Sir Richard
No,
Hadley and his
you
car.
don't care.
I do care.
You do not care.
Richard
and
Hadley
you're
had a single out. No,
disrespecting-
I'm not. I'm sorry. I did get carried away.
The various members of Hog Snort Rupert, a great New Zealand band.
Enya.
Enya.
Someone from who sang Baked Beans.
I've got it.
Oh, Mother Goose.
Mother Goose.
The OMC. The O'Hara Millionaires Club.
The
With How
Otara.
Bizarre.
Correct.
Yeah,
Really? No.
It's the Otara Millionaires Club. I think you're thinking of Chief O'Hara from Batman.
I am.
And his Millionaires Club.
Dave Dobbin, Noel Crombie, Sharon.
Oh, Sharon O'Neill.
Sharon
Yes.
O'Neill.
Jenny Morris.
No, although there's been a lot of talk about her. The young boy from Evermore, the drummer.
Oh, yes, yes.
Stan Hume.
Yep.
Okay.
Very chatty, homeschooled.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Homeschooled?
Yeah, homeschooled.
Oh, what about the Datsons? Someone from the Datsons.
No.
No.
A young woman called Anika Moa.
So
No, I
are
don't
we
know
just going to gloss over that someone's been homeschooled, are we?
Were you homeschooled?
No, I dream of meeting people that are homeschooled.
Well, I tell you what, tune in on Saturday night because Dan Hume, the drummer with Evermore, is one of 3 brothers. They were all homeschooled, and by the end of the episode, it may not well be a good advertisement.
Okay, now, Brian, I have to ask, backstage
Because
antics.
you hear so many good homeschooled stories.
No, look, this is actually a good one.
Okay,
because
good.
he's smart,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
brilliant
No, I'm sure he is.
musician.
It's a great band.
Big on the chat.
All right. What about backstage antics? Because I should reveal my wife is actually the floor manager on Rockwiz, and she has some stories to tell. She could easily do a book based
Did
on
she
what
come
she's
home
seen.
with some interesting stories?
Yeah, she came home one night and went, gee, such and such doesn't mind swanning about in the nude backstage, does he?
Oh, should we mention who he was?
No.
Or who he played guitar for?
Give some initials.
Oh, there'll be trouble. It was someone who
there
was
will
on.
be trouble.
There was
Okay.
someone who was on Rockwiz. Let's put it that way.
It is interesting though because swanning about is
Yeah,
not
and it wasn't
quite-
Swanee. That's not a joke.
You know what he was doing?
What?
He was sitting on the couch, putting his underpants on.
Yeah, Basic Instinct style.
But
was
who
what I was
sits on a
hearing.
couch to bring on their underwear?
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about it, Brian.
Yeah.
Well, I heard.
I hang from the ceiling to get mine on.
I think it's time to find out how much we really know. Have you brought in some
Well,
questions?
what I thought
to try and...
is have a. Can we do a quick one in the
Yeah,
studio?
and then get the listeners on board.
Nikki, would you keep score?
There we go. Question 1.
Question 1. During an interview on Countdown, what did Molly ask Prince Charles that raised his ire?
Oh, I remember the interview.
Remember the interview was a lot of. He had a plum in his throat for the interview.
Yes.
It's quite enjoyable.
Molly Meldrum asked Prince Charles. He asked him how his mum was.
Oh, I was going to say, would you like these arseless chaps? But okay. Close.
Nothing there. Okay. The Beatles said that, quote, Her Majesty was a pretty nice girl, but with what reservation?
Her Majesty's a very nice fella, but it doesn't mean much to me.
No.
It's not. It's the hidden track on the Abbey Road album.
That's right.
Yes.
She was all hands.
I know that album. I can hear it in my
didn't
head.
have much to say.
Of course, that's right.
Here we go. Gee, we're
She'll
failing
be doing
so
this
far.
shift next year.
Who journeyed to the centre of the earth, apart from Jules Verne?
Oh, Rick Wakeman, of
Correct.
course. And
One
his
to Tony.
many keyboards.
1 to Tony. Who liked to ride on a magic carpet ride?
Steppenwolf.
That's 1 to Richard. What is the connection between AC/DC and takeaway food?
Danny Minogue.
No.
Damn it.
-1.
Oh.
It's a long way to the shop.
If you want a sausage roll,
pay
that's
that.
1 for Cavalier, back to
Thank
0.
you. Who was back in black?
ACDC.
Cavalier again. Who sang about a white room?
A Cream.
Correct,
Yeah, Cream.
Richard.
And also a very fine cover version of that by Wayne Newton, I'll have you know.
Where's the
Nothing for that.
playground,
No,
Susie?
nothing for that.
Which bands were responsible for the following one-hit wonders? Counting the Beat.
The Swingers.
Tony, Walking on Sunshine.
Katrina and the Waves.
Yes.
Richard, Spirit in the Sky.
Norman Greenbaum.
Richard, Mickey.
Tony Basil.
Richard, The Lord's Prayer.
Oh, that was
Sister Janet Mead.
Yes.
That was
Tony.
Jesus. Yes. Oh.
Well, she had a few hits, but that was obviously the big one. Iran.
Flock of Seagulls.
Richard again. Afternoon Delight, the somewhat...
Starland Vocal Band.
Could I get out the question?
Yeah.
Afternoon Delight, the somewhat suggestive hit for the Starland Vocal Band, was inspired by a late afternoon appetizer in a Washington diner featuring prawns, brie and almonds. True or false?
Ed.
False.
True.
Damn it.
True.
Name the bands that kick-started the careers of these performers. Deborah Harry.
Blondie.
Blondie.
Ed. Lou Reed.
The Velvet Underground.
Yes.
Richard. Bernard Fanning.
Powderfinger.
Ed. Chrissy Hind.
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
-2 to Ed. Correct, Richard. Name the Midnight Oil instrumental from 1975.
Put the needle on it.
-1.
Damn it.
Wedding.
Oh,
Cake.
Cake Island.
Correct. Tony, where is Wedding Cake Island?
It's just over there, I think you'll find.
No.
Oh, no, sorry.
Sunny
You
Sunny
have
Mallorca.
No idea, you big,
Ibiza.
tall, skinny man.
No.
Off the coast of Coogee.
Exactly.
Okay, listen carefully. Name the song that I'm whistling.
Here it comes. You must remember this. As time goes by,
From
Casablanca.
Correct, Tony Martin.
Hardly Rockwiz.
Here we. Oh, that's true. All right.
Whistle whiz.
Here we go. Very good. Last question. Who had a saucer full of secrets?
was that, it wasn't,
Sam and the Secret Saucer?
No.
Damn it.
Cat
-2.
Stevens? No, not Cat Stevens.
No.
I don't know.
Pink Floyd.
Oh, of course they did.
Never heard of him.
Scores, please, Nikki.
Ed
Yeah.
ended up back on 0.
0.
Oh,
Not
really?
bad.
Tony on 5.
5.
And
Richard Marsland.
on 8.
8.
Still rules.
I was distracted through that by the name Katrina and the Waves, and I was trying to think of there's something interesting about Katrina and the Waves. I think they were founded by the bloke from the Soft Boys,
Right.
who started that band with Robin Hitchcock being on this show. So
How about
there's
that?
a connection.
I think you're absolutely right. And they did have the one-hit wonder, but they had another great song about going down to Liverpool.
That's right. And they did well at the Eurovision Song Contest a few years ago as well.
All right.
And apparently during the countdown tour, high maintenance.
High maintenance. Well, not so much Katrina, more just the Waves.
Now, I've got a question for you, Brian Nankervis.
Lay it on me, baby.
Ready?
Yeah.
Which of the following was not a single from Danny Minogue? Show you the way to go, touch me like that, or grab hold of them?
C.
Grab hold of them?
Yes.
Correct. Although Ed has written the full lyrics to that song. Let's let the listeners get on board this.
Hi, Philip.
Hello.
There you go.
Good on you, Phil. How you feeling?
Not too bad.
Yeah. Chicken. Philip, Parmigiana or roast?
Parmesan.
Yeah, that's true. No, that was the correct answer.
Not the question. Here we go.
Are we ready, Phil?
Yep.
Here we go. What is the ARIA Award-winning Gautier? What is his real name?
Aria a winning good year.
No. The guy who won an ARIA the other night, Gautier, what is his real name?
The guy that won the Aria the other night was his real name.
Yes.
Was it Silverchair?
No.
I'm going to accept that.
Philip.
I'm going to accept that. That's fair enough.
It's incorrect, but we are accepting it and giving you a copy of the Rockwiz duet on both DVD and CD, sir.
Good on you.
Thank you.
It's
worries,
so
brother.
easy to win. You don't even have to have the right answer.
Have a good day.
Is it Wally something?
It was Wally Tobacco.
There you go.
Tobacco.
Yeah.
Who's going next?
Hi, Sam. How are you?
Hi, good, guys. You?
Excellent.
Good.
Lay it out, Brian.
Sam, I'm going to throw this at you. Potatoes, boiled or mashed?
Oh, mashed.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, that's correct. Now a rock trivia question.
Here we go. Name the band represented by this three-letter acronym, BTO.
Batman Turner Overdrive.
Yeah, it was TCB.
Mundo. Do we keep going, or is she?
No, that's she's already done her bit.
madam.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hang on a sec.
Who we got there?
This is the stuff they cut out on other shows.
I think so.
We'll have to leave it in.
Hey, Chris. All right, here comes the question.
Parmigiana, chicken or veal?
Chicken.
That's correct.
All right, the prize is yours. Here comes the bonus question.
Here we go. Who claimed that he was, quote, the god of hellfire?
He's been washed away by the sea. Well, thank you anyway, Chris.
I think the answer is Peter Cundall.
And he got it right.
Okay, the prize is yours anyway, sir. Please call us back.
It's just totally relaxed
It's
around
pretty
here.
easy. G'day, Matt.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Excellent.
Matt, I'm going to get straight to the point here. Who was the American singer who suggested that, quote, John Howard should get his hands off George Bush's banana?
American singer. Was it?
He was on stage with Bono at the time, so he was just on the edge of the stage.
Edge of the stage.
You will get the prize whether you're right or wrong, sir.
I just have a guess.
You have a guess?
Bruce Springsteen.
Who was it?
No, it was Eddie Vedder.
Eddie Vedder,
that's okay.
Edward
From
Vedwood
Pearl
himself.
Jam.
Rockwiz, the duet is yours, sir, and everyone who took part. A lot of people have been saying, the election coverage, it's been,
Brilliant. Up to date,
it's
concise.
been bigged up, but there hasn't been much of it on this show.
See, all sizzle, no package, if you will.
We haven't really had any exclusive interviews.
True.
The Prime Minister hasn't been in here.
No, true.
Occasionally what we'll do is one of those dodgy cut-up interviews where we get, quotes from the Prime Minister and play them out of context. But it has been a long time since we had the real Prime Minister in here. Talking to us face to face. What are we going to do about that? How are we going to get him in?
Well,
He's a busy man.
Yeah.
I'll run it up the flagpole.
If you could run it up the flagpole, but I know a few people. And I managed to buttonhole him for a few minutes.
Oh, you've
actually.
got another Richard Marsland exclusive.
Yet another one. Mr. Howard.
Yes.
Do you really think you can push your government across the line?
Look, I'm not going to answer that. I know what this is about, Richard. It's one of your little comedy spoofs. You just want to make me look foolish.
So you're not...
I'm not going to say anything.
Nothing. Nothing at all? Well, would you be prepared to sing?
Well, sing?
Yeah, you could supply your answers in verse.
Well, that's not going to make me look like an idiot, is it?
No, not at all. In fact, use this guitar if you want.
All right. What was the question again?
How do you think the voters see you at this point?
Look, I know what they're saying about me, Richard. They think I'm a dud. That's right. And now you're tempted by the promise of this camp and run. Take it away, Tim.
Time has fled.
I haven't even announced the date.
There's a constant battle running through my head.
Spats or brogues?
I don't know what to do.
Sorry, it's got nothing to do with the possibly upcoming election.
'Cause I still believe.
Oh, yes, I still believe. After all the foolish things that we've been through, we were paying Saddam. Who knew? I will always be a man who's open to persuasion. Oh, sorry, I went too early. I'll get the backing vocal. Na 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 na. Jeez, I am looking like a bit of a dick, Richard. But I'll tell you what I'll do first. I'll get another shot. So long as no one mentions children, you know what. Going quite well now, yes. I'm on fire. Ever since I guaranteed that I'd retire. How did that sound? I don't know what to do, 'cause I still believe in incentivation. After all the foolish things that we've been through, I can play the didgeridoo.
I can always
Where
make
is
a
it?
start something new.
I sure can, Tim. Listen to this.
I'll always be a man who's open to.
Oh, hang on, I'll get this. Persuasion. Oh, shit, I'll get it. Persuasion. Jesus. Oh, na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Bugger it. The whole thing up, I think. Oh, I'm open to. Here we go. Persuasion. Oh. All right, jeez. Here we go. Children overboard. I'm an overlord. Nothing untoward with the Telstra board. I play the harpsichord for houses weatherboard. I can mow the lawn from a hoverboard. It's a hoverboard, Tim, in case you're wondering. Like maximum attention too. That's the answer for rising sea levels, I reckon. Hoverboards for everybody. Don't you think?
Wow, he's across that hoverboard deal. Hoverboards for everybody.
What time did that one finish up last night, Tone?
It's still going in some states.
Get this at the new time of 2 o'clock.
Or in Adelaide, 3 o'clock.
On the Triple M Network.